The truth offends you. You're
The
offended.
truth offends you, Kwame.
Discriminatory.
Okay.
And the bottom line is,
Don't talk about bottom, Kwame. That's not a
abuse.
nice turn of phrase.
I am capable of dealing with you.
Okay,
And that's
Kwame,
why
And I am capable of dealing with you, Kwame. So proceed. I am capable of dealing with you.
Guyana for that
Okay.
debate.
All right. Hold on.
I am capable of dealing with you too. So let's fire away.
And so this little boy, 12-year-old little boy, lost his leg. He has never been the same ever since. There was no justice. There was nothing. One of the senior PVP guys back then offered the family 5 million Guyana dollars, and the family turned it down. What the family was looking for was justice. They never got that. And for all those years, they are of the view that Kareem Baksh and those guys should have been charged.
But he sent me a link. Rickford Burke said the government sent people to shoot him. Well, they should take back the money because the assassin didn't hit nobody in the group. That is madness. They should ask for a refund. And that is to show you how this guy, particularly Rickford Burke, tries to mislead. You hear him.
Hi.
Yes. Okay.
Just 5
My
seconds.
apologies.
5 seconds, real quick.
5 seconds. Okay, this is Gavin Matthews Bay. I think somebody called in and impersonated me earlier, but I would have liked to. Yes, Mr. Burke. And all those who noticed, somebody called in and impersonated me earlier. I was annoyed.
So you Gavin Matthews?
Yes, this is the voice.
Junior, he's Gavin Matthews and he's a talk show host and he's been arrested twice.
I know the voice.
Criticizing the government.
I'm an Afro-Guyanese and I've been part of this party and in politics for over 30 years. And there is no time in the history of the People's Progressive Party that we have demonstrated racist tendencies or practice any racism of any sort.
After they ain't doing nothing, he used to be in court prosecuting people. My son used to tell me, let me go in court because he can't prosecute nobody, right? And he's supposed to be getting prosecuted. So when me and my son go in court now, he always afraid. So he had to do that for keep me away from there. You understand? And
make sure that you're subscribed and hit that like button. Delta9 Media is about to take off.
And so this little boy, 12-year-old little boy, lost his leg. He has never been the same ever since. There was no justice. There was nothing. One of the senior PVP guys back then offered the family 5 million Guyana dollars, and the family turned it down. What the family was looking for was justice. They never got that. And for all those years, they are of the view that Kareem Baksh and those guys should have been charged. I met the family since then. In fact, this wheelchair, his father is on the line. His father can tell you the rest of it. Mr. Vincent Montgomery Griffith, how are you, sir?
yeah, man, I agree, man.
Also known as Tana. Many folks from New Amsterdam know you as this. As I speak about this matter tonight and the possibility that Kareem Baksh may become the next commissioner of police, how does this make you feel, sir?
Man, really, I tell you the truth. My son never come out me mind. I never forget about story. I never forget about Kareem Baksh. And the hurtful thing of Kareem Baksh do me, right? It summons me and carry me to court for threatening which he lie. Right? And they had a liar up there the same time Nigel or someone of them was up there the same time when I was at court. And he tell me for done this story, right? Let I plead guilty and apologize to Kareem Baksh. So I had to turn and tell Kareem Baksh, I apologizing to you, but you know that is lie. So they ban me 6 weeks, they give me 1 year ban from telling you anything. But what really happened to Kareem Baksh? When he used to there in court, after they ain't doing nothing, he used to there in court prosecuting people. My son used to tell me, let me go in court because he can't prosecute nobody, right? And he's supposed to be getting prosecuted. So when me and my son go in court now, he always afraid. So he had to do that for keep me away from there. You understand? And I feel so bad that these people ain't do nothing for me son. I carry my son to America. My son going to school good. And everything my son start do, he start fail.
Tana, before we
Right,
get to
yeah.
that, explain when you got the news that your son was shot and his leg shot off. How did you feel at that time, you and your family, when you got this news?
Well, I was in Trinidad because I used to go Trinidad and Barbados and sell carving and thing and come home, right? And I was in GUYANA'S in Trinidad. The time they had some big old phone, right? You know them cell phone them time, the walkie-talkie. So somebody from the States called me and said, hey, you hear what happened to your son? I said, nah, man. What happened to you, man? Something terrible happened to your son. I said, what? They said the police shoot off the man, put him in the hospital. If you cut at the time, I didn't get no blood. You understand what I'm showing you? Because police used to fight me. How police gonna come and shoot off my son's foot now? So after that now, I start get crazy, but I hold my head. And I come home next couple days. So as soon as I come home, I reach home the night. I go straight to the hospital. I say, I want to see my son. The guard said, I can't go and see nobody up there. The hospital closed. I said, I want to see my son. You know understand what I'm talking? I now come from Trinidad. The police shoot off my son's foot and I want to see my son. So they're fighting me for going in the hospital. So I just decided to say, you know what, you're going to kill me or shoot me too. And I walk and go straight up to the ward. And I go straight there. I said, nurses, I come to see my son with the police shoot off his foot. They said, what you do over there? When I go over there, I see my son with 1 foot, brother. I tell you, but this thing, you know, this thing is being, Mark, you know what I'm feeling right now. Anyway, when I go and see my son, he's sleeping. I say, you know what, I ain't touching him for giving no shock. I call him. I said, Dingai. He opened his eye and he see me and said, come, take your rest. The next morning I got to the station. I said, man, who shoot me son and take off his foot? Right? Nobody ain't thinking. I start keep a set of knives. A sergeant will come and tell me I can't keep no knives in the station. I say, you like you want to do or you want to keep more than knives? Who shoot me son? And all the rest of police officers come and then they realize, oh, it's me son. And from then we start protests. Right? We start protests. Next thing you know, we hear a story in Georgetown that Gajraj holding for this man, Livy got a tongue. And for my son, police guard rest the dead. Scotland, I could call his name, he dead right now. Scotland, tell me though, because he used to live 40 Starley Town and I live in 39. Right? So this is when we come down to town now, go up on Sharmo and hook up with Mark. And from since then, the story go on, action them for so much, try for first like if they give me so much and nobody never come and offer nothing. And it end up so I had all the expense, but so used to come and bring things free. Christmas Eve day, I can't forget. Christmas Eve day, so bring a big hamper.
And
So
I know, Tana, I know you're gonna talk about the pork story, but yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
and since 2001, we've been fighting for justice for you and your son. And that wheelchair that he got there, I recall the wheelchair. We were on America Street. We got some donations for him. We got a computer for him.
All them on.
You know.
Yeah.
But talk to the audience.
Mark,
yes, sir.
All these people is asking for my son to, you know, donate to you. All them is asking for you.
Yeah. Let me ask you this before we get to that though. When you saw your son, what did he say to you happened that caused his foot to be shot off by police? What happened? What he said?
Well, you know, after the night and everything, and he come home, couple days after, then he really had a reasoning. So I said, man, what happened? He said, man, Mark had some story with Karim Bash friend. There's some
That's Mark.
some rum shop.
That's Mark McKenzie.
Mark Mackenzie, yeah.
Good.
Well, and how Karimba's friend had some rum shop, and Mark broke up the man them chair or something like that, and the police want him Mark, and Mark come up on some TV and say, oh, we got some grenade, and he gonna blow up Karimbash or something like that. This is how the madness started with Karimbash, right? This is when my son tell me that he was with Mark because the house that he get shot in was not too far from where Mark living. And that was my friend house, right, where he used to go and play drum at. Anyway, the man said he being in the house like 2 days or a day before. The man been playing drums. So it's like he concerning he had, right? And after he go in the house, he there in the house, he hear some man them saying, what to get bread and biscuit in this house. Let me go and tear down the door. Let me go and tear down the house or tear down the door. So he said when he hear though, he go and hide in a wardrobe, right? And he said everyone come in the house and search. They said anyone named Sean Smith and some other one and search. And anyway, they come out the house. So the guy said when they come out the house, he hear the walk and going away, so he pushed the door for come out the wardrobe, and the wardrobe keep an eye, skeet like. And Karimbash is the man who said, hey, they got somebody in the house, go back in the house. And he sent Sean Smith. Sean Smith is the one where he claiming that shoot me son, and he the one Sean Smith take the rap and Sean Smith in take though. No, after he go back in there now, right? The guy say, also Sean Smith tell me this here now. Right? The guy say, he see a big gun to the foot when they open the door. Sean Smith is the man who put the gun to the door and open the door slightly. And when he see, this will tell me, right? He said when he see a small foot, he open the door. And me, youth man, holler, don't shoot, don't shoot. And same time he open the door, he sees me son, right? Which he knows me son. He sees a little boy, and not the big man what they're talking about. Karimbash now running from behind me with the revolver and start let off shot. And this is when Sean Smith's gun go off. This is when Sean Smith's gun go off. And after Sean Smith's gun go off, Karimbash empty his whole gun on me son. Sean Smith said he had to hunch all. Anyway, he want Sean Smith take the rap, and Sean Smith said no. They go to the station now, me son said, they tear some blind, tie his foot up, and that kind of thing. He said because every time he open his eye, right, Karimbash shoot him and he play dead. Every time he open his eye, Karimbash shoot him and he play dead. All the man hand bust up, all the foot, all the leg get some big hole. Anyway, they tie a cloth and drag the man and put him on the floor and tie his foot and put him in the hot vehicle where the sun being born in. He say he hear a lot of talking. When he raise up and he look back, sir, he see Central Police Station. He said that they quarreling. They didn't know what to do. Anyway, they carry the hospital. Right? After that now, there is this story he tell me happened. You understand? So I dey looking for this one Sean Smith because I never know who is Sean Smith. And one day now, I there looking after something by a technician and I see a man up in a house watching me and watching me screw face like. So I pass up and say, I see you there watching me screw face all the time. Why you watching me, boy? Why do you, boy? There he tell me that he hear I want kill you. I said, why? Hey, man, Tana, man, I know you long, man. I Sean Smith, man, I come in. Sean Smith come downstairs. I said, Sean Smith, I never know you, Sean Smith. Sean Smith revealed the whole story to me. Karimbash, the one Sean Smith take the rap. All the girls them and the policemen who work at the time, they know that. And Scotty tell the commander that's part slow the story, and they say no, Then he taking Karim Bash rap because Karim Bash go and put back bullet in his gun. Everybody know, all them people where they walking at the time know. Right? That's why them girls tell me it's not Chance Smith, it's Karim Bash. Anyway, pass on them, go and retrieve all the bullet them. All his shells them they find in that house. And this is where the story start. That's why you see right now, he want to get the beef with Mr. Slow. It's not beef he getting from Paso, from the old briefings, because it's God Rogers, the man who holy, and met the Gatti there till now.
Let me say again, for those who are now joining, we have the father of this little boy, Vincent Mandingai Griffith. His leg was shot off by members of the Guyana Police Force in 2001. And it is said that Karim Baksh was one of the policemen that actually did the shooting. Karim Baksh has since denied the allegations. So we're hearing the story being repeated again, over and over. And Tana, as he's known as in New Amsterdam, has been consistent in telling the same story as related to him by his son and even other, according to Tana, other members who were there on the scene at the time. Karim Baksh is being slated to become the next commissioner of police, and this is the top choice for Irfan Ali. So after all of that, we know that your son was a football star at Berbice High School. What was his mood like right after being shot and during the course of recovering?
His mood was bad, man, because next couple of days he was to go to town and play a game for Berbice.
Football.
About 4 days after that, he was to go to GT. So after that, every time the man watch football, the man used to be crying. So I used to stop him from watching football. You understand? I used to stop him from watching football.
What?
Right now, me skin growing right now for them repass so we talking here.
I know how you feel, Tana. Let me ask you this:
Yeah.
How has this? What sort of impact this situation had? This sad story had on your family?
Man, it's not enough impact, man. It got impact till now. Because how my son end up now from the cross there. You understand what I'm telling you?
Yeah.
From the crosses with the crossy, how he end up right now. Right now, it's terrible, man.
It has never been
My
the same.
family,
Yeah.
yeah, it could never come out with mind. It could never come out with head. We sleep with it and wake up with it. Especially now. For we know when my son there, we facing, and who make he facing it, and why he facing it. And he should not face it.
And let me just say, just without not getting much into the situation, since this shooting of Vincent Montgomery Griffith, Mandingai Griffith, the father is Montgomery, who's on the phone with us, but the son is Mandingai. It has never been the same for him. It has never been the same for his family. He has had serious flashbacks, all manner of stuff. And even as they migrated to the United States of America, it continued to affect this little boy. Serious psychological problems he has had over the years. And this has basically affected the family so much. Because every time I talk to Tana, I talk to the mother, his sister, who was a little girl then, it has affected the family. They have not received justice. The PVP refused to give them any sort of justice at all, and it's a shame and disgrace. And as a result of this, it has affected this little boy that I should say, or should I allow the father to say, where this little boy is today, even at his.
Yeah, well, Mark, you don't know, in 2002, we got to the United States and he was going to school good and everything. And then afterwards, he tried to play basketball. It affected, he tried for draw, it affected, he tried for go in the studio, everything you do, it affected.
One love, Delta9 family. Welcome back to the flight, and thanks again for flying Delta. Now, listen to that. Listen to the energy that was emoted in that father's voice. And you could tell it's something that he's been dealing with for a very long time. Look at how that young man's life was triggered into the wrong direction, allegedly, by being on the wrong side of a person's trigger, right? And when you see and you hear and you experience these incidents over time, over years, repeatedly, over and over again, it has traumatic impacts upon your personality, upon the way you interact. Maybe if he did not have that one great traumatic incident where that alleged situation happened at the hand of what we heard right there, by who we heard right there, maybe, just speculating, his situation might have been completely different. But guess what? Let's have a conversation about that in the comment section. Sober thinking people in society, non-biased people who want the best for every single person in that country right now. Let's have a conversation about this in the comment section. And one of the most trending interviews right now in the diaspora. So much so that the Minister of Information himself was on there debating with none other than Mr. Burke and the top cop, Mr. Slow himself. When you hear that combination on one platform, asking the real questions and making sure that they stand up for their political side, you know it's an interview that's going to be steamy from beginning to end and packed with a whole lot of information that every person in the diaspora more than likely is going to be interested in at some point. We're going to hear directly right now from Mr. Burke, Mr. Slow, and the Honorable. We're going to hear right now from Mr. Burke, Mr. Slow, and Kwame McCoy, who called in to make sure that he stood up for his party, because the entire world was listening in. People from all different continents was calling into the show. But let's get into this information right now. New Year, we're going on in.
Tonight, where are you calling us from?
I am calling from Guyana.
Guyana.
My name is Kwame McCoy. I'm the Minister of Information. I tried getting you on the phone a short while ago.
Yes.
On the basis of the program that you have tonight with two Guyanese making some serious allegations against the government of Guyana. Now, those persons that you have on the program have been known for all their lives as being just anti-PPP. They're anti-PPP. All they do is play in conjunction conjunction with the opposition of our country, the APNU AFC. All they know is the race card. They have worked the race card all their lives, from their involvement in the police force to wherever they have been. They have always exhibited played the race card. Now, there are several serious allegations about the police being used to go after individuals and persons who are not perceived to be members of the PPP or otherwise supportive of us. All inaccurate. I'm an Afro-Guyanese and I've been part of this party and in politics for over 30 years. And there is no time in the history of the People's Progressive Party that we have demonstrated racist tendencies or practiced any racism of any sort in of our policies and our programs. And I would love for us, for the discussion to continue if you wish and you had the time. I can answer every single accusations being made against the government of Guyana.
So can we.
Also, and Mr. Conway have traditionally
Mr. Rickford Burke.
been.
No, he's talking about my program.
Burke, sorry,
Okay.
Rickford Burke.
Yeah.
And Mr. Paul Slow
Yes.
have traditionally been anti-PPP. And you can ask them all their lives, what have they supported and for what reason
Junior,
in anti-PPP.
Junior, you could ask him, what about the death squad
Our
killings under the
government is
PPP?
a government for all the people of Guyana.
please
Right.
allow
And
me.
you've had
Slow. Hold on a
the
second. Let me finish.
racism,
Can I wrap it up quick?
the racism,
I want to have a little debate here on this because you're the Minister of Information.
very much so,
I'm happy. to
very
have
much
you.
so.
The Minister of
The
Propaganda.
very government that they support, the ACNU AFC, have not done anything for black people. The
Okay.
PPP civic government is the government that have done most on everything for all the people, and black people have had
You mean killing out 1,500 black people?
All right.
So Mr. Rickford
Slaughtering
Burke,
1,500 black people, Kwame?
Please.
That's what you did for black people? You slaughter over 1,500 people? When are we going to have an investigation into the over 1,500 young black men that were killed?
Hold on.
When are we going to have an investigation?
The
Minister of
Sabbath
Information,
News of Guyana
Honorable
have
Minister of
settled
Information, sir.
that matter in their research.
Have
where they-
refused.
The United Nations called for an investigation, and your vice president announced this year that there will be an investigation. When will be the investigation?
Guyanese. Hold on.
You
Kwame, hey,
have dead
Rickford,
people,
Kwame,
you have
hold on.
people who are
Kwame,
alive
Honorable
on that
sir.
list. I can bring two of them onto this program.
Honorable sir, listen,
People who
sir,
are alive
sir.
are on that list. People
Sir.
who are dead by natural causes.
When will we have an investigation? We don't care what you have to say.
Hold on.
The United Nations called for an investigation, and
Kwame.
your government announced there will be one. When will we have an investigation?
Hold on, everybody. Hello?
I am here with you.
Okay.
Very much so.
All right.
Yes.
All right. So if we're having a discussion, it doesn't mean that you have to scream over the next person. You, the Minister of Information, you know how that thing goes. So let us have some constructive conversation. What are you saying, Rickford?
I'm saying since he's on, the United Nations, forget about his opinions on who was killed or whatever. The United Nations this year called for an investigation. Subsequent to that call, the Vice President, JAGDEO, announced that, and that's since probably 5 months ago, announced that the government would proceed with an investigation. I'm asking him when will there be an investigation? This is my advocacy. One of the things I'm advocating for is, I'm not speaking to you, Kwame, I'm talking to the moderator. Just listen.
For what purpose?
Ask the United Nations, ask JAGDEO. He announced that there will be an investigation.
And
JAGDEO, at a press conference, announced that they will follow the United Nations and have an investigation. I'm asking you to say when there will be an investigation. If you don't know, go and ask your vice president. The second thing I want to talk about, Julia, since that he's on here.
Hold on a second. Ask the second question. Let me respond.
He's denying racism. We did a study. CGI did a study. Nigel Hughes did a study of the procurement Commission's allocation of contracts from the government. 90% of the contracts go to East Indians. Now that we have been highlighting this, they are trying to dash some contracts to some Afro-Guyanese but they're like cleaning trenches and stuff like that. In one and in between, they have some person building a school, etc. But if essentially what the government is doing is transferring almost all of the wealth of the country to East Indians through procurement fraud. And lastly, they are using the Guyana police force to attack me, Paul Slow, other people, so they could jump and call us criminals. It hasn't worked. So we're asking, why are they using the Guyana police force to attack all their enemies?
All right.
Those are my questions.
Let him respond. Sir, Minister of Information.
Very well. So let me tell you first and foremost that any study done by a Rickford Burke cannot be considered anything credible. Absolutely not credible.
And anything you say can't be considered credible either.
Number two, Rickford Burke, as far as I am aware, is an individual who manufactures stories after stories.
So you do?
Yes, in relation to the matter of contracts in our country, the National Procurement and Tender Administration Board administers contract. This is a body that was established by law under the People's Progressive Party civic government of previous times that administers contracts in our country. One, since we have come back into government, we have increased the numbers of persons who have been able to have public contracts to conduct public infrastructure across our country and in other works as well. And let me tell you, at least you have about almost 49 to 50% of those contracts. You have young Afro-Guyanese men and women and families who are beneficiaries of contracts. We have about close to 3,000 new contractors. You just go around our country on a daily basis. I will pay your ticket to come, Mr. Moderator, to see what takes place across this country.
The clean drains, contract the clean drains.
Junior, it wants to induce, the government, you think you can't buy a ticket, right? So you must go on and take their money for buying a ticket. That's what I do to black people. Get out of here with nonsense, you could buy no ticket.
Across the country, listen, I am not, the truth is, I came onto this program because I learned of this program and all the things that are being said against this government, and I have a right to defend this government. I
have a right to say the government is racist and corrupt.
I am offended by all of the...
By the truth. The truth offends you. You're offended.
The truth offends you, Kwame.
Okay.
And the bottom line is...
Don't talk about bottom, Kwame. That's not abuse.
I am capable of dealing with you.
Okay.
And
I am capable of dealing with you, Kwame. So proceed. I am capable of dealing with you.
Guyana for that debate.
All right. Hold on again.
I am capable of dealing with you too. So let's fire away.
All right. Nobody dealing with nobody here tonight. All right. This is not no dealing thing. This is not no fight.
Boy, get out of here with your lies.
Information, conversation.
To you,
Mr.
We can point to you whenever, wherever.
Yes.
The numerous Afro-Guyanese who are part and parcel of the development process activities across this country, whether they are contractors, whether they are beneficiaries of house lots or homes, whether they are partaking in the construction industry as private contractors.
Junior, ask him why the government took away the money from Prodigy. Why did the government take away the money from the largest black organization?
Hold on.
We can point to you very real examples of where this exists. We have no interest.
Okay.
We have no interest.
I think it's
All
right, Mr. Kwame.
We have no interest.
You tell him go on and on. That is what he's trained to do.
Anyone?
Kwame, shut up, let the man speak.
Hold on. Let me wrap it up. So, listen, I hate to rush you, but I have to go. I have to say one thing though. I appreciate the invitation to come to Guyana to do the investigation, but I could come and I could pay my way and I could do the investigation.
Exactly.
Because
No,
Please allow me.
if it has to be, hold on,
was not about whether you compare or not. My point is,
no. Let me
my
say
point
this.
is,
Let me
sir.
say this.
Yes.
I could come to
Yes.
Guyana and my investigation would not be tainted one way or the other, right? I would be independent in my judgment if I do decide to come to Guyana and articulate my observation. So I'll pay my own way, I'll come to Guyana and I'll come back and report if I so fit. All right?
Junior, please allow me to respond to some
All right.
personal allegations.
We have to run, Kwame.
That's your prerogative.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate
That's
you.
your prerogative.
Thank you for calling. I appreciate
Right.
you. And appreciate you taking the time to call, all right?
But let me get that's a 1 minute or so, because he attacked me personally.
Yeah.
Saying that I have been associated with the opposition and all kind of nonsense. Let me tell you, and the people who know, I was a police officer for 37 years. The PPP considered me as up to a particular time as one of the most professional police officers in the force. When the PPP came into office, I know where Kwame was, which bottom house he was under. If he was 1992, on the 5th of October, there was election. I was in charge of what they call the riot squad in Guyana. There was disturbance in Georgetown. I, as a superintendent, went there and restored order to Georgetown in record time. For that, I was considered the most professional police officer by the PPP, so much so that I was given a national award in 1998 for my performance in 1992 and again in 1997. So for Kwame McCoy, a propagandist, to come now and to say that I have been always for all the years against anti-government, people will tell you that Paul Slow, me, I was considered by the PPP, they said so publicly, as the most professional police officer there was. I didn't take political sides. I did what I was trained to do. I swore to protect, to preserve life and to enforce the law, and I did that regardless. That is there for people to see. So when Kwame McCoy comes now to talk is proper is nonsense. And when did the thing turn? In 2003, I was the commander of B Division, and the same JAGDEO was the president, and his Minister of Home Affairs, Gadraj, tried to order me to return a fire to one of their colleagues and businessmen inappropriately. And I stood up, I said, no, this investigation has not reached this stage. JAGDEO called me and told me I should apologize to Gadraj, and I refused to apologize because I said I did not do anything wrong. For that, they moved to get me out of the force. I had to go to court to get an injunction to prevent them. And for that, JAGDEO kept me as an assistant commissioner for 11 years. So Kwame Common, 11 years, from 1999 until I retired in 2010. When I retired in 2010, the gift I got from the PPP, who people will say I saved, right, was a lawsuit saying that I commented on a matter that was before the court. The Attorney General Charles Ramsey sued me. That is the gift I got from them. So when Kwame come here to talk a lot of crap, I have to respond.
Right.
I have to ask any known businessman in Georgetown, including the PPP supporters, who I am and what I did, my role and my professionalism in the police force and in guidance. The PPP gave me a national award, Discipline Service Medal, gave me a national award. And then I got another national award in 2020, I think it was. So for Kwame to come here and to say all of these things, and what he didn't say, you know, one of the previous callers said I was charged and I'm before the court trying to give the impression that I'm a criminal. Kwame is a criminal because he was convicted.
Oh, Lord.
He was convicted. It's a fact.
Let me say this. Let me say this before we go any further.
So one of the most trending interviews right now in the diaspora coming from the Ride Along Live. And you could find them at the Ride Along Live on Facebook and on YouTube. And when you subscribe, tell them Delta9 Media send you over there because they got some fire content, right? And right now, early in the interview, this person that you're going to hear first, they call him impersonating a person. and the person is going to call late in the interview to confront them online about what they did. Very entertaining, and something that we should all pay attention to. Just the levels that persons will go to sell a particular narrative to the world, even though they might know that something might be different than what they are presenting. Let's listen right now.
Good night, sir. My name is Gavin Matthews, and I'm calling from Guyana.
Thank you, Gavin.
I am
Matthews.
identifying myself.
Thank you so much.
I am saying to you here
Yes.
that these two men are misrepresenting what is happening in this country. That same video that you just played, the caller before was right, sir. The government engaged those people. The government asked those people, offer them land, offer them houses, offer them farmland. They did not own that land, sir. They were illegally squatting. I don't, this is first somebody shared this link with me. I don't know where your show is from. But if in your country, if something is illegal, how can you take illegality and make it legal? They were squatting. The government was building a road. Look, somebody sent me a link. Rickford Burke said the government sent people to shoot him. Well, they should take back the money because the assassin hit nobody in the group. That is madness. They should ask for a refund. And that is to show you how this guy, particularly Rickford Burke, tries to mislead. You hear him call that the caller just now a house slave. Is that not racist, sir? Is that not Rickford Burke portraying racism? He's a terrible, terrible man, sir. And I'm saying to you,
that's a different. I know Gavin Matthews. I could tell you.
That's not Gavin Matthews. Junior, that is not Gavin Matthews. We know Gavin Matthews.
Very, very well.
Get out of here. Get out of here, you imposter.
I know Gavin Matthews very well. I can tell you
all I'm asking you, just like how Rickford Burke show you videos, I will send you videos here so you can play on this platform where the government engage those people.
On the front end.
Rickford Burke is a racist and he's wanted in this country. You can't enforce the law, Rickford.
Come and get me, brother. Come. But Junior, nobody is disputing whether the government gave them. We just said, look what they did. Whether or not the government engaged them or not. These people were living there for 30 years.
Hi.
Yes.
Okay. Just 5
My
seconds.
apologies.
5 seconds, real quick.
5 seconds. Okay, this is Gavin Matthews Bay. I think somebody called in and impersonate me earlier, but I would have liked to. Yes, Mr. Burke. And all those who noticed, somebody called in and impersonate me earlier. I was annoyed.
So you Gavin Matthews?
Yes, this is the voice.
Junior, he's Gavin Matthews and he's a talk show host and he's been arrested twice.
I know the
criticizing
voice.
the government.
What? So
yeah.
So you the real Gavin Matthews?
Real Gavin Matthews.
I am the real Gavin Matthews.
The real Slim Shady.
The man, every time he criticizes the government, he gets arrested.
Wait.
Yeah. So I was calling what a million times, but I wasn't getting through because I was so much annoyed.
A lot of calls.
Somebody called in and said they're Gavin Matthews. I'm like, what? Are you serious?
But, and you're not aware of another by the same name?
No, not aware of another.
Gavin, why don't you tell Junior about your experience getting arrested whenever you criticize the government?
Record. You understand another?
Oh Lord.
But Junior, they said we lying.
Exactly.
So
Gavin,
you know,
go ahead.
It's a rough road, and because I worked with them, let me help you to know that I was a presidential guard for roughly 15 years. I worked under the PPP government as a presidential guard, so I was up close and personal. I have seen things, I have observed things, that I know it was meted out to my black brothers and sisters wrongfully. They have done it and they will keep on doing it again. And they don't mind who they employ that seems to be looking like me. As long as they're slaves to them and they carry out their propaganda and their agenda, that's good. And I will always keep on talking about them because they are a destructive element to the black race in Guyana. I'm very serious about it. And those who want to talk, I call them the $15 million contractors. and the $10 million contractors because they just get up and represent them. They cannot get anything more than that. Because if you check, the persons who are getting $5 and $15 billion doesn't look like them. They are micro, and the person the PPP is dealing with is macro. But being serious, because I talk out against them, yes, I've been arrested. Mr. Ramson is the last one who said that I caused him emotional distress, but my plea is different. He's working for a terrorist government, and that's true. I'm sorry to use the show to say this, but anything that the PPP does to us, it's terror. It's absolutely terror. 1,480 of my brother.
Gavin, hold on 1 second. I got to say something. I got to say something. Right Along Live is a streaming platform for entertainment purposes only. All views, opinion, and comments in this broadcast are those
disclaimer, yes,
and do not necessarily reflect the views of Right Along Live or its affiliate. Right Along Live is not responsible for any action taken by viewers based on the content presented during the stream.
I'm good with that. I'm just plain spoken. I can't help it.
Okay.
I put the water in the steam iron and press them out. They gotta be pressed.
Yeah.
These people gotta be pressed. We gotta wake up and stop drinking the coffee as it is, because we're being poisoned with all kind of things. And the entertainment industry is destroying us in this country, because every time the PPP wants to steal something, they bring Sean Paul and somebody. Look, they're advertising. What's his name? We got out to jail the other day from Jamaica.
Vibes Cartel.
A natural way to stay ready, baby. Because I'm ready for you, Mr. C. The ultimate male supplement. Men's total wellness formula. Packed with essential nutrients for men's health. She'll call you Mr. C.
It is said it costs $1.5 million for a license and $1.5 million per weapon. I can't believe this is happening.